Yet another intake test. This time it's Tsuchinoko against a cold air intake and a short ram intake. It started from this because of this post that I made on the page. It reached to this intake airbox test, and Clay Walker said something there, and gladly we had the Tsuchinoko on the shelf. So hey, props to Jasper of ECU later for letting us use his Civic SiR that has a B18c Type R engine. So yep, we're gonna dyno test this and see the differences on each intake, on the Fat Boy intake or the Tsuchinoko, the short ram intake, cold air intake. Yes, and we're gonna go to DynoPro, our favorite and our choice of dyno facility in Mindanao Avenue. We scheduled up around 1:30 p.m. So yep, midday. So yes, you know it. Let's go. Okay, as mentioned before, this is my new page because my Facebook got hacked and I lost control of the old page. Now we got a price list there of head porting, engine building, even cam degree and ECU tuning. Everything is there. This is the post we did about 3 weeks ago on the initial intake test. This was the reason why all of this started. So with that test, everything escalated because the feedback was pretty good. A lot of people wanted to see what it takes or what's the results. Yes, and if you don't do Facebook, we also have my Instagram. This is my personal Instagram, but I use it for SRD Motorsports. So here you can see I post all the stuff that we do at the shop. So we just keep going. You can DM me there or on Facebook. And of course, we also have our TikTok. It's pretty active if you're okay with, short form videos. I have a few guitar stuff there and the shop stuff. Yes, all right. So now let's start. Okay, it started with all this. When I posted the intake, Clay Walker asked about the whale penis or the Tsuchinoko or the Fat Boy intake, and then John Demonda, because he had it, he also said this. He actually PayPal'd me some cash to fund the test. So props to John because he knows what's up because we spend all the stuff here out of our own pocket to test for you guys. So props to John. He's the real one for knowing this. So let's talk about the Tsuchinoko intake. I know it was started by Jace Racing way back. They started running this under DC2 and EG6 racers or track racers, and it works for D series and B series, or at least it fits there. So I did some research and it says here Japanese folklore, child of hammer, so it's like a snake like being, child of hammer, right?
Stop. Hammer time.
Sorry about that. Here's a cartoon graphic. It's pretty cute here. But yep, gotta give props to Jasper for letting us use this Civic SiR that's powered by a B18c that we rebuilt back in 2017. We tuned it in 2019. But however, he changed exhaust. So now we're back in DynoPro. We're just gonna do a base run. But hey, you gotta like the video if this is good for you because it helps the algorithm, gives some more activity to the video. And of course, if you haven't subscribed, you gotta subscribe. This way you can binge watch whenever you have in your free time because our playlist is extensive. And of course, yes, for the hardcore, you gotta join the membership only because we have some good stuff there. Purely on engine building, even the 3-angle dyno, not just dyno tuning, including ECU tuning, even building the block, the bottom end, and all the tricks that we do at the shop. It's all there. So yep, if that's for you, if you're hardcore enough, I gotta see you there. The members only. All right, let's go. Now here's Jasper lining up the SiR on the dyno cell. Thankfully, this is his turn, so it doesn't have to be me. Yep. But the DynoPro crew is guiding him, so it's all gonna be all good. That's gonna be here. Yep. All right. Okay, now they're busy strapping up the SiR. All right, so we're just waiting, and of course the Tsuchinoko intake and the short ram extension is there. Yes, and this runs an original RPF1's NK, so that's pretty good. So we're gonna start with the Fat Boy intake or the Tsuchinoko. Here's my colleague installing it, so it's gonna be snug and good. Yep. Oh, this SiR looks really good and clean. Yes, it has a original NK RPF1. So I actually like this, and it's one of the wheels that I want to have next on my car. So it has an LT15 or LT5 speed factory muffler, turn down muffler, so it's gonna be pretty good. And actually, let's listen to how it sounds. All right, so just still testing it, just trying to sync up the ignition signal for the pickup point on the dyno and on the car, so that everything is all matched. One more. All right, now we're all ready. Now let's start the run. Oh yeah, let's check it out. Here it is, 179.52 wheel horsepower. So that's not bad, right? Yeah, okay. Now it's time for the short ram. And I need some tuning. All right, now here it is, the short ram. Oh, let's see how this goes. Yep. Now on to the run. Let's go, let's go. And it's interesting, even before looking at it, I know this made more power because the RPM finished faster, and torque over time is equals to horsepower. So let's see. Whoa. Oh yeah. It made 184.56 wheel horsepower. Now, that's pretty good. And interesting because the air fuel remains close to the same. So now it's the cold air stern. Yep, definitely needs tuning. So we're gonna see more. But yes, you can see if you straighten the cold air out, it's gonna be like a ram air. If you put a velocity stack out of the headlight, it's just like that. So now here it is. Look at it. If you picture it, you straighten the pipe, make sure it's like sticking out in the headlight. Put the velocity stack. That's how everyone locally runs a ram air system. So this is actually a cold air. When they benefit from that from first gear, second gear, that's actually not the ram air because it's already too it's still too slow. So it's probably the cold air intake length, right? Yep, that's it. So now let's go for the final run. Oh yeah, that one was faster. So let's check. 189.70. This is actually 190 wheel horsepower. That's crazy good, right? Oh yeah. So yep. And Jasper has the Iceman intake with a cold air extension. So yeah, I know it's gonna be running like that from now on. So that's pretty good, right? Yes. And so imagine if this we pull the filter, put the velocity stack, this might make 194 or 195 wheel horsepower. That's crazy good, right? So imagine that. That's something that made me and Jasper and even my colleague wonder and think about. Because if you think about it, we have that, yep. And here, we started with the Tsuchinoko. We got it to 179.52 wheel horsepower. Yes, and then a short ram intake with filter, of course. It got to 184.56 wheel horsepower. That's pretty good. But yes, this one is actually really, really good. So imagine we put a velocity stack, right? And then ECU tune it, we might break into the 200 wheel horsepower. This would be really, really interesting. So it had me and Jasper talk. We might actually dyno tune this. Of course, you guys will be the first to know. We'll make a video for that. Yes, you can check the video that I did about his car. He runs a digital S2000 gauge, so that's pretty interesting. Check out the video. It'll be in the description below, all right? Yes, the LT5 Speed Factory muffler actually sounds really, really good. I was surprised and I actually like it. It's really good. So now Jasper is planning to have this dyno tuned with 1 hour dyno tuning with ECU. But of course, he has a ported ITR manifold from me. He plans to slap it on. So if we're looking about to maybe 198, 199, even to exceed 200 wheel horsepower, we're gonna let you guys know. Of course, hopefully we get to do that sooner than later, right? So you guys can enjoy the content. see how it performs. Yes, and of course, this is going to be interesting because you can now compare, look for the earlier test here.